Of all the things I've done in my life, this trip was probably the one that I had least prepared for. The idea of trekking for days at higher altitude with less oxygen, less food, and under cold weather conditions was not actually my idea. It was his. And I embraced it. Welcome to this video of how we walked to the Mount Everest Base Camp. Even after realizing that this plan personally requires me to be more physically and mentally prepared, I just kept wasting time, and soon enough I find myself on a plane to Kathmandu with an unfit body and a mind full of self-doubt. We reached Kathmandu in the early morning. Our guide Dhruba met us at the airport and took us to our hotel in Tamil, where we did some last-minute shopping and tried some tasty local food. By 2 in the night, we were repacked and ready for a 4-hour drive to Namche airport to catch a tiny plane to Lukla. Even though summiting the Mount Everest has taken hundreds of lives, the real danger starts at Lukla Airport. Famously known as the world's most dangerous airport, Lukla's Tenzing Hillary Airport is famous for some of the worst plane accidents in aviation history. But thanks to our pilot, we landed safely. She's the first woman to summit the Everest.
She's dead? Alive?
Yes, she's dead. She's summit and all the way back down. Is somewhere is the avalanche or something.
She passed
They
away.
will be die.
Oh. Once in Lukla, the trek started right away. We had a decent breakfast and navigated through small villages toward Pagding. I have to admit, guys, I didn't expect the start to be this beautiful, with every corner rewarding a different view. Since I did not see any vlogs of this trek on YouTube, the element of surprise was thrilling. So the first day was pretty easy. We descended around 160 meters from Lukla to Pagding. We arrived at our accommodation, which is also known as tea houses, and had a nice dal bhat dinner and soon went to bed as we were sleep deprived for almost 30 hours. 160 meters of gradual descent on day 1 made us think that EBC trek is going to be a piece of cake. But we were proved wrong the next day.
जिंजर लेमन टी
चलो मिलके मजा अभी आगे मिलेंगे अच्छा ही मिलते रहेंगे
We started by 7 a.m. for our trek to Namche Bazaar, and nobody warned us that today our mental and physical resilience will be put to test and will be tested every day till we reach base camp. It's getting hotter. Sun is out. The walk from Pagding to Namche Bazaar is a beautiful and scenic trek. It takes you through the heart of the Everest region in Nepal. With Dingboche river flowing on the side, the trail gradually ascends along the river valley. Soon we reach Monjo. From here we enter Sagarmatha National Park. This is also the place where our permits were checked. The trail then follows the river and climbs up a steep hill to reach the famous Hillary Suspension Bridge, one of the tallest. After crossing the bridge, the trail becomes more challenging with a series of uphill climbs and steep rocky steps. Moreover, the altitude is above 3000 meters and my body has started to feel the pressure. The final stretch of the trek to Namche Bazaar is known as Namche Hill, a steep climb that requires endurance and determination.
Namche Bazaar. We made it in Namche Bazaar.
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
Namche is the largest town in the Everest region and serves as a trading center and a gateway to the higher Himalayas. Here, you'll find a variety of amenities like shops, restaurants, cafes and bars. Also, here we stay an extra day so our body get acclimatized to the new altitude, and this is very important. Keep in mind that Namche will be your last stop of all things luxury. The food is fresh, prices are reasonable, the beds are comfortable, plenty of snack options, and also your last chance to take a good shower.
Full manjal. Morning we couldn't see the up. We could see up. Now we can't see anything. Like actually clouds floating in very close proximity.
Afternoons usually get cloudy and rainy. Actually, every afternoon was getting cloudy and rainy.
Now do you remember the morning view?
Yeah.
Look, there is no view now. Apart from the mountain that we can see here, which is right here, that view is zero.
Ravale, a lot of really huge eagles flying around.
Oh, see, this was a morning view. I just took a photo video to show. You could see the sky and nothing there.
Practically nothing there. What's it called?
Wangde.
Wangde.
Today, we are heading towards Tengboche. The extra day in Namche has recharged our body and mind. The feeling of seeing Mount Everest in real life is something else. The fact that it is the highest mountain on planet Earth simply humbles you. After 30 minutes into the hike, around a corner, and for the first time, we saw the peaks of Everest far away tucked in the clouds. And that sight just made all of us happy.
This is the Everest and this is the Tengboche. This is nearly this one. This is the last layer, the Everest.
The sheer enormity of the mountain, reaching towards the heaven, left us amazed.
Check out the view.
At this point in the trek, the geography has changed quite a lot. Large juniper trees have replaced by pine trees. The lush green mountains have gone and we can see snow-covered upper Himalayan mountains. We are now above the tree lines. It's like we are entering into a different world. The temperature has significantly reduced and a cold desert is waiting for us ahead. By late afternoon, we reached Tengboche. Our stay was right opposite to the famous Tengboche monastery, which was built in 1961. Before heading to bed, we decided to check out the monastery, but unfortunately, cameras were not allowed inside. Today, we are going to Dingboche. We started our trek really early. Since we are going to cross 4,000 meters today, we were expecting to walk slower and take few more hours than usual. But man, this clear sky is just amazing. As we go, we take the bridge across Imjakola River, which is technically melting down the Mount Everest. The weather now becomes more cold and windy. Oxygen level is now down to 60%.
How are you feeling, Abdu? Okay. Okay?
You're tired, but legs are tired, but
ചുമ്മാ ഓക്കെ ഒന്നുമല്ല. ചെറിയ തലവേദന എടുക്കുന്നെന്ന് കുറച്ചു മുന്നേ പറഞ്ഞു. That is AMS, acute mountain sickness. It's not a joke.
I particularly love this part of the trek, where we walk along the edge of the hill and see Dingboche far away in the distance. After nearly 7 hours, we reached our tea house.
So, I just want to show you guys the kind of standard room that we get throughout every stop. I'm right now in Dingboche. This is my room. You always get 2 beds and sometimes an attached toilet like this, and sometimes a sharing standard toilet in the reception area. But this is kinda basic layout of every room that you can get throughout the trek, starting from Lukla all the way till base camp. Hello boss.
How are you?
Good. I think lunch same was good
Okay.
for me.
I was about to say, do you
He
want
said drink more liquids, no?
liquids, or I was thinking, should we try a garlic soup?
So wherever you stay, you have to order the breakfast, lunch and dinner in advance, so they don't waste time cooking for you when you go and sit in the table, which is good. And there are a lot of options of chicken and meat, but it's always recommended to eat veg, because the meat and chicken, all this thing take days to reach here, so it might not be really fresh. Vegetable is a safe option.
Dingboche is another place you stay an extra day to acclimatize. This time, we decided to go to this cafe and have some nice coffee. After 4,000 meters, the cell phones won't have any network. The only way of communication is by purchasing satellite data vouchers like this. That night in Dingboche saw heavy snowfall. I knew tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day. Today, we are ready to start our journey to the final camp, which is Lobuche. From here on, there is absolutely zero vegetation. Our walk will be on glaciers and rugged surfaces covered with boulders. We now have an idea of how physically tough this trek can get and how capable our body is.
We just started hiking from Dingboche to Lobuche, which is our last stop before the base camp. But now we are at 4,450 meters, and it's kind of difficult to actually walk. Getting tired more quickly than yesterday. But the view is great because last night it was pretty heavy snowfall. Now the sun's out, it's kind of warm, snow is melting, but walking is a bit difficult.
As we gain more height, the fear of failing to complete this trek is a thought I couldn't ignore. But this is an adventure I set out to accomplish, a promise I gave my childhood friend that we will together make it to base camp. Here, the weather is much colder and the winds have started to pick up. We see a lot more supply and rescue helicopters in the sky now. The chilly air with less oxygen is making our lungs work overtime, and it's making us tired unbelievably fast.
So we just reached Tukla. This is where we're gonna have our lunch, and then we have to walk another 3 kilometers to the Lobuche. Doesn't look easy. Finally made it to the top, but still there's more way to go. We're just on top of this mountain. Dingboche is still far away.
How much of you walk, you just won't reach. Just keep walking. It's not easy, it's super difficult.
After 11 hours, we finally reached our tea house, which was an additional 1 kilometer ahead of Lobuche. The building you see is the Pyramid High Altitude Research Center, built by the French and Nepal government, and has been used by various researchers for the past 30 years. Today was the most difficult day of the entire trek, but the pain is no comparison to the excitement, anticipation, and nervousness about the fact that tomorrow we will finally reach base camp.
So we're just leaving from Lobuche This was the hotel we stayed last night, and today is the day we are hoping to reach base camp. It's going to take 3 hours to reach Gorakshap. We take a break over there and another 2 hours to reach base camp. And after that, we're going to walk all the way back to the same hotel for the night. This is it. Last leg.
The crisp morning air pinches my face as I step outside the tea house in Lobuche. My breath hangs in the frigid air, but there's no time to dwell on the cold. After over a week of trekking, today we will finally reach base camp. The trail ahead is rocky, uneven and unforgiving, but it's also familiar now. An extension of the path that brought me through stunning valleys, crossed suspension bridges and past prayer flags.
So we are in the final leg of our extremely difficult journey. Another 2 hours from here, we will reach Everest Base Camp. What you see is the Khumbu Glacier. Looks like a pile of rock and sand, but it's actually full ice, and slowly it's moving. You won't notice it, but it's actually moving.
Finally, after what feels like hours of relentless trekking, we catch a glimpse of the iconic yellow tents of base camp in the distance. This is it, the last stretch. Every ounce of fatigue is forgotten as we quicken our pace towards it. As we leave base camp and start our descent, I slowly realized that the journey to base camp was more remarkable than the base camp itself. The long days, the cold nights, the daily conversation with Advin, listening to Dhruva educating us about the mountains and the unparalleled beauty of the Himalayas. At the same time, there was this gratitude we felt meeting fellow trekkers, an immediate bond that forms simply because you're all on the same journey. Every encounter reminded us that we're not alone in this massive adventure. Whether it's a fellow trekker offering advice, sharing snacks, or just walking alongside in silence, there was a deep sense of friendship for these fleeting connections. While everyone's journey is unique, we are all connected by the same mountain, the Everest. And these people became a part of our story, and we part of theirs. I know that this isn't just the end of a trek, but the beginning of something more, a deeper understanding of what I'm capable of, and a new perspective on life. Of all the things I've done in my life, this trek was the most epic one, and it's the one I'll carry with me forever.